For the past year or so, the entire Dynasty community has been infatuated with basically one thing: 2023 firsts. And we have been told that the 23 class is another 2017 or another 2020, and it's been drilled into our heads so much that those picks have basically become a Willy Wonka ticket that everybody is fighting to get. Yippee! And I mean, rightfully so. The 23 class is going to be great. But I think since we're halfway through the 22 season and everybody's so hyper-focused on 2023, we are actually extremely undervaluing the 2024 class and the value that a 24 first is going to carry in just few short months. So I want to do a quick introduction to the 2024 class to get that hype started, because I believe this class is also going to be very strong, like a new 2018 or 2021 that followed up a 2017 or 2020 that had top end talent and second and third round hits as well. In Superflex leagues, the attention is always at the quarterback position, which I would consider a strength of the 23 class with guys like CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. Well, 2024 has a couple studs as well in Caleb Williams out of USC, who is just torching defenses and is on pace for over 3,500 yards and 35 touchdowns, and has only thrown one interception so far. He'll also be close to 400 rushing yards on the season, which is nice too, because at least it shows that he's not a statue in the pocket. And then we also have Quinn Ewers out of Texas, who many anticipate could be the 1.01 in 2024 with his arm talent and improvisation skills, and he's already showcased a lot of that in his games against Bama, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. He's still young, he's still relatively raw, but he has all the potential next year to solidify his position as the QB1 or QB2 in the class. And then there's also current Heisman candidate Drake May from North Carolina, who just fills the stat sheet every single week. I mean, he only has 2 games so far this season with under 300 passing yards, and none of them under 280, and he's also thrown at least 2 passing touchdowns in every game as well. Sure, he hasn't played many good defenses, and North Carolina's system is always really good, but I've already heard from analysts like Matt Wallman even that this isn't just Sam Howell 2.0, and that May has his own skills going for him that could offer a lot of potential in the NFL. Then it always seems like a quarterback comes out of nowhere like every single year, so maybe somebody else pops up on the map next season, or we have hopefuls like Cam Ward or Anthony Richardson who could stay for the 2023 season to sharpen their profiles, raise their draft stocks, and potentially become like a Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Trey Lance type of player. They have a ways to go to get towards that type of level for sure, but it could happen, and it's in their range of outcomes. Moving over to the running back position, my personal favorite in 2024 is Wisconsin's Braylon Allen, who actually set a Wisconsin record last year with 7 straight 100-yard games as a freshman. He also has the longest run in Wisconsin history with a 96-yard touchdown, and he scored 17 touchdowns in his first 15 games, which is more than Jonathan Taylor scored in his first 15 games at Wisconsin. So yeah, I absolutely love Braylon Allen. I think he's a stud and is going to be an RB1 for sure in the 2024 class. 2024 also has Debbie Darling, Travion Henderson from Ohio State. They have Raheem Sanders from Arkansas, who's already over the 1,000-yard mark for 2022 in 8 games. Will Shipley out of Clemson has some Christian McCaffrey in him. Donovan Edwards from Michigan just torched the crap out of my Nittany Lions. And then there's always backs stuck in committees right now because they're sophomores that can break out in year 3 without that junior or senior ahead of them. So I'm sure that we'll add more guys to this list as well after next season. And then wide receiver, we have the cream of the crop, the next Jamar Chase level prospect, and that's Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, son of that Marvin Harrison, and boy is he everything that his dad was and possibly then some. Again, go watch his highlights against Penn State to see everything that you need to see about Marvin Harrison Jr. because he is legit, and I'd bet that he would be the wide receiver 1 in the 2023 class if he was eligible. And then after Harrison Jr., we have a bunch of guys who all seem very similar right now, but another year of action will probably help parse them out. I think the current consensus wide receiver 2 is Xavier Worthy from Texas. And then we have guys like Emeka Egbuka, also at Ohio State, Mario Williams from USC, Troy Franklin from Oregon, and then the 2 Alabama kids in Ja'Cory Brooks and JoJo Earl. Some iteration of those names will make up your top 5 with Harrison at the top. But again, it's looking like another very strong wide receiver class in 2024. And we're not done yet because we have an amazing Kyle Pitts level tight end prospect in Brock Bowers out of Georgia. And if you haven't watched this kid play, go do it now. Just search him up right now. You're already on YouTube. Search him up and just have some fun. In Brock Bowers' freshman season last year, he put up almost 900 yards and 13 touchdowns as a freshman tight end in the SEC. And he's doing the same thing again this year, minus the touchdowns, because all Georgia does is just run the ball in the red zone. But receptions and yards, Bowers is once again repeating both of those statistics from his freshman season. And I've already seen early 2024 rookie mock drafts already have Brock Bowers as a top 5 pick in Superflex leagues. So that kind of tells you how he's going to be valued already, how he's going to be valued once we get to the 2024 class. So yeah, while the 2023 class is shaping up to be great and is rightfully highly valued in the Dynasty community right now, 2024 is nothing to sneeze at either, with potentially 3 stud quarterbacks, my guy Braylon Allen, a couple more really good running backs, another Jamar Chase level prospect, plus some more really good receivers, and then another Kyle Pitts level guy in Brock Bowers, plus anyone who comes out of nowhere over the next year and a half, or potentially anyone from the 2023 class who elects to stay another season. I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba basically hasn't played at all this year because of injury. What if he decides to stay to help Ohio State win a championship next year and show that he's completely healthy to the NFL? Some running backs could even stay, like what Najee Harris and Travis Etienne did back in 2020. I don't know. Things happen. Things can be crazy. And the 2024 class could get better if some 2023 guys that we're excited for decide to stay. So like I said at the beginning, right now is the best time to go out and buy 2024 picks while everybody is fixated on 2023 and we're in the middle of the fantasy season and nobody cares about draft picks 2 years out when they can compete now and win this year. I think a 24 first is something that can easily be acquired for those players who aren't really worth a 2023 first, but should be worth more than a second. I mean, guys like Ramondre Stevenson, Amari Cooper, Christian Kirk, Rashad Bateman, Terry McLaurin. Maybe you're struggling to move that old stud running back, guys like Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette. Maybe you're stuck with Najee Harris right now, and you just can't get that 23 first from a contender, or nobody wants that player. Then try a 2024 first instead. In my Javonte Williams injury reaction video, I actually recommended moving Javonte for a 2024 first, and I would still do that today. So if you have any players who are just weirdly valued that you would like to trade away, target the 2024 class. And if you're hesitant about value right now, just remember that in Dynasty, it's better to sell a year early than a year too late. And if you're looking for some more Dynasty specific content, maybe a little bit more on the Dynasty theory side, I highly recommend checking out this video right up here from Justin about some mistakes to avoid when you're rebuilding.